Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the stream today. We are going to be streaming, of course, the 007 First Light, 30 minutes of gameplay. This is going to be our initial reaction to it, so I'm so very excited for this. Of course, made by IO Interactive, which are the creators of Hitman, and I'm so glad that they have this game, and that I really feel this is going to be one of the best James Bond games ever made, because I trust what they can accomplish with stealth and all that other kind of great stuff to really make James Bond feel like a really, really good game. So we're excited for this. The stream's going to start here in about 30 minutes or so as we're counting down. So everybody just start discussing and talking about all the kinds of things that hopefully we will get to see in this 30-minute state of play. Also, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into all of the information as well, an informative video showcasing maybe some Easter eggs, things like that that we see along the way. So stay tuned for that sometime either later today or tomorrow. But yeah, let me know what you guys are excited about. I'm going to finish my lunch here while we're kind of waiting, and we can all talk in the chat. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Oh, I'll have my camera on once we get closer to it beginning, by the way. Got some background music on, so hopefully it won't be too boring as we kind of wait here. But yeah, as far as why I think that this could be the best James Bond game ever made, it's because I have so much faith in IO Interactive. What they've done with the Hitman series, and just how they run their shop, how they're for the community, and all that good stuff. It just makes me feel really good, because we've never really had this much attention on a James Bond game than this right here. I mean, you could say that when Activision had it, you know, they tried to market James Bond as much as they could, but the games felt mostly rushed. You know, obviously the best James Bond game is GoldenEye. I mean, I think we can all agree to that. So I'm just hoping that we're going to get some true love for James Bond with this new series. So I'm really looking forward to it. we are for sure going to be doing a stealth walkthrough of this game when it comes out. Now, it's James Bond. We know that there obviously has to be some action in it. So there's probably going to be sections that you can stealth through, and then there'll be sections where you can either stealth or action, and then there'll be sections where it's just nothing but action. So we're probably going to get a little bit of all three. I'm definitely going to try to be as stealthy as I can, but I also want to be as close to what I feel James Bond would do in that situation. If it's an infiltration mission, obviously you want to be stealthy. I mean, that's what James Bond would do in that situation. But if it's a mission where it's out and he needs to rile something up, there's no reason why we can't go a little bit more action heavy. You know, I always try to play my games based off of the medium that I'm actually playing. If it's a complete stealth game, then yes, I'm going complete stealth. But if it's a mix, then I feel like I need to make sure that I try to be mixed as well, because that's the intent of the game. I'm sure the game is not meant to be played the whole way through stealthy, but I really don't know, because, you know, there's only been one trailer of the game out so far. So, you know, it's hard to say exactly the direction that they're going to go with, but I can definitely say that I'm excited with what they're doing. As far as who's voicing Bond, I don't have a clue yet. I don't know. It's a young James Bond, so everyone needs to understand that. We've never seen a young James Bond before. Now, we've seen an older James Bond becoming James Bond or becoming 007 in Casino Royale, but he was an older James Bond. This guy is clearly a young James Bond, so this is going to be interesting to see what kind of take and what they can bring new to the James Bond mythos. And I need to make sure you guys know that, because if you're going in here thinking this is Sean Connery's Bond, you're going to be probably disappointed. If you're going here thinking this is going to be an older version of Bond who's well-versed in all of combat and well-versed in everything, this is a young James Bond. He's probably going to make mistakes. He's probably going to screw up. He's probably not going to be as savvy with the girls at first. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that you need to understand. Now, what I hope is that this is the first game of many, and that as we go along in the series, James Bond gets older, and then he kind of falls into that classic James Bond feeling that we're so used to. So you got to let the first game set up James Bond. If you don't let that happen, and you don't give it a shot at first, and you say, this isn't James Bond, this is not what he would do. Well, no, it's not James Bond when he's knee deep in everything. This is an early James Bond. So I think if we put that in our minds, we can understand this game a little bit better, because I know there's going to be people out there that are going to say, this doesn't feel like James Bond. Well, yeah, because he doesn't feel like James Bond because he's not truly that character just yet. He's got to work. He's got to go through some of those growing pains. You know, we grow. We're not, you know, usually by the time we're 30 or 40 years old, we got somewhat of a life figured out. So I like to think that that's how they're going to treat this James Bond, but I don't know. That's just kind of my own little opinion on that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens and in which direction that they're going to go with. As far as the console I'm going to play on, I don't know. I'm actually starting to lean more towards wanting to play things on consoles more. And I say this only because when streaming and doing multiple stream locations and then trying to record your gameplay at the same time is very, very difficult to do when you're on PC. So, and, you know, so it takes up so much resources. So I might start trying to do more PlayStation and Xbox games than PC. I know I have a PC to run it and stuff, but we always find problems because when you're streaming at 3 different locations at the same time and you're recording at the same time that you're playing a game, you're taking up so much resources from your GPU. Like when I play Metal Gear Solid Delta, and I play it by myself, like just me, just chilling, having fun, no stream, no recording, no nothing, I get 60 FPS every single time. It never dips. But when I start streaming, and then you guys see the dips that it does, because it takes a lot away from your GPU when you do a 4K stream at the highest of quality. So you guys got to kind of remember that, you know, and maybe I should start leaning more towards console to have the experience be the best it can be for me and for you, you know? So without me knowing really too much about the game, in my opinion, if they went this route, I would love it. He doesn't get 007 status until the end of the game. I would love for this to be such a prequel that he's unstumbling upon something, and then he, at the end, he does such a good job that they finally award him the 007 status. And then the game ends with him becoming 007, and then we get the gun barrel at the very end. And so I think that would be a pretty cool kind of intro game for James Bond. We don't know who's going to be the next James Bond yet. Like, there's so many, you know, rags out there that say, oh, it's going to be this person, it's going to be this person, but nobody knows just yet. Like, I know who I would want to be James Bond, and I know it's cliche, but I think Henry Cavill would be the perfect James Bond. We've already seen what he can do with that type of character. In that movie that he did, what was that movie? Oh my, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. I'm having a memory lapse here, but he did a movie where he was pretty much him and Armie Hammer, I think it was, right? Where he was a James Bond style character, and he played it great. I think he would do amazing at it. He's like 40. He's my age, so I think he could play a good James Bond that's already a little seasoned, of course. But it just really depends on what MGM, Man from U.N.C.L.E., there you go. It really depends on what MGM wants to do and Amazon want to do with the character. Do they want to start the character from young and see if they can grow over the next 10 to 20 years? I don't know. I kind of get stuck in my ways, you know, because I just think he was born to play James Bond, just like I think Henry was born to play Superman. And I still prefer him as Superman over the new David Cornsweet. But I think David Cornsweet did a great job at Superman. But I still prefer Henry Cavill. I think he played the role really, really great. And I think that he would do James Bond justice. I would have loved for Idris Elba to be James Bond too. But that ship has sailed because he's just, unless you do an older James Bond, and then you run the risk of not being able to have too many movies. At least Henry Cavill is still young enough to where you can get another 10, 15, 20 years out of him almost. But because of Idris Elba already being in his 50s, like, you're not really going to get much more out of that. So, yeah, he was in Argyle too. Yeah, the movie didn't do as well in Argyle, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. Yeah, so I'm excited to see, you know, who's going to be James Bond. But I also understand that if it's not Henry Cavill, I'm not going to be upset. You know, the times are different, right? We live in a different time period than we did when when Ian Fleming was writing books. So where they're going to take this series, I don't know. But I'd be very interested to see where they're going to take this game series. That's what I'm really interested in. I'm pretty sure he wanted to be James Bond at some point in his life, but now he probably knows that stage is past. All right, well, we got music. I'll keep the music off until... I'll keep our music on until this starts here. Let me get the stream set up. I can't just tell you guys how excited I am for this. Hopefully it'll be everything we want it to be, right? But just remember that it's 30 minutes of gameplay, so we're going to get to see a lot. I'm also, like I said, going to do a video showcasing information about the game. and whatnot over the next few days. So make sure you check that out too with this live stream. And then for this live reaction here, even after the gameplay is done, we're going to go back over it, look at a few things, and try to enjoy as much of the gameplay as we can here live. My name is Bond, James Bond. Would I want Daniel Radcliffe to be the next James Bond? I mean, the dude probably could pull it off. I mean, obviously it'd be a shorter James Bond, but I bet you he could pull it off. Don't leave Daniel Radcliffe out of the conversation. Expecto Bond, James Bond. Vodka Bond, James Bond. No, I wouldn't want Timothy. I don't think Timothy Chalamet could do Bond right. Like, I've seen Daniel Radcliffe actually be kind of built, muscular, and that kind of like pull off, you know. I think, let's just say the worst thing that could happen would be Tom Holland playing James Bond. I mean, he should not have played Uncharted. Nathan Drake. He could have played a young Nathan Drake, and I mean a young, like a flashback Nathan Drake, and you got what's his name, Nathan Fillion, like going over, man, I remember when I was young and I first met, you know, and then they could have done something like that. I think that would have been much better. You know what I mean? Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson, he'd have my vote too. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the movie that he did with not Ben Affleck, with Brad Pitt. Something it was on a train. I mean, I watched it, but I can't remember the name of it. It was on a train or whatever. Dude, I think he could make a great James Bond. Aaron Taylor Johnson. He would make a great one. I think Tom Hiddleston could have made a great James Bond. Ewan McGregor would have made a great James Bond back in the day. But you know what I would love to see as well? I would absolutely love to see, and thank you for the subscription, JDM, I appreciate you. Bullet Train, that's right. I would absolutely love to see, what was I going to say? Oh, I would love to see Pierce Brosnan come back as an old one-off James Bond. Or, you know what they could do that would be so cool? You could have a new young James Bond in the MGM Amazon series, right? Or you could have that James Bond is not the actual name of the guy, that it gets passed down. And you could have Pierce Brosnan be James Bond as an old James Bond and then passing down his name to a younger James Bond. I think that could be interesting and cool. But I would just love to see Pierce Brosnan back in the role as well. Yeah, I just said, yeah, Ewan McGregor, I think, would have made a good one back in the day. Now, not so much. He's in his 50s. It's harder to sell me a... If you're going to give me an old James Bond, then you might as well give me Pierce Brosnan. That's how I feel about that. All right. Hello, everybody. I think if given the opportunity, yeah, I think he could pull it off. Could you imagine him as a kind of like a Never Say Never Again, you know, kind of Bond, an old Bond coming back from retirement? Me play James Bond? Shocking. Positively shocking. No, I could never be a James Bond. I have too much of a gut for that. Plus, I'm not a womanizer, so I could never be a James Bond type character. I like watching James Bond, but I would never want to be James Bond because I could never do that. Like I grew up raised by women. Of course I got my dad, but I didn't have any brothers, and mostly everybody in my family is all women except for me. I have one cousin that's a That's a male. Well, technically I have two cousins that are males. One's like 25 years younger than me. The other one's just like 2 years younger than me. But I grew up with, surrounded by women, so I just couldn't do that. Like I couldn't be that lifestyle. But I like watching action guys that get the girl, that have that suave about them and stuff like that. Because I'm a kid from the 80s, and we kind of grew up to all of that. So Orlando Bloom could make a pretty good James Bond. I could see that. And he's still in his 40s, so he roughly could probably pull it off, maybe. I mean, there's a good possibility there. No, my wife does not like James Bond. She doesn't like the, the womanizing and the, that kind of thing. You got to understand, we're in a different time period now. So, yeah, it's a totally different time period. Yeah, I think Orlando Bloom could still pull it off. I mean, he's still in his 40s, so, I mean... And then, I would guess that this next James Bond would maybe play it for 10 years or so it's still possible. He still looks pretty young and lively and whatnot. My face is not a James Bond face. Look at this face and tell me. Can you see me playing James Bond? Listen here, Monty Penny. How about I take you to a nice steak dinner? You and me. For all the times that you've helped me be the true 007. Monty Penny. Nah, I couldn't be James Bond. I'm too geeky. I like to play video games. James Bond's probably not a big video game player. Yeah, my absolute 100% favorite James Bond is Pierce Brosnan. I mean, hands down. I grew up with Pierce, so he's my favorite. Then it would be Sean Connery, which it's very close between Pierce and Sean. Then it would be Timothy Dalton, because he has that same feeling as Pierce Brosnan, a darker kind of James Bond, kind of. I think if Ian Fleming were alive with Timothy Dalton, he would have been Ian Fleming's favorite James Bond, in my opinion. I love Daniel Craig as James Bond. Listen, I love all the James Bond. I even love George Lazenby. Even though he only did one movie, I thought he did a great job with what they gave him. And On Her Majesty's Secret Service is probably in my top 5 of all James Bond films. So, yeah, I mean, I would still have to say GoldenEye is my favorite, because I was at that age when GoldenEye came out. I was like, what, 12 years old when GoldenEye came out in 95. So I was really, really, really getting into James Bond at that time. So GoldenEye is still my favorite James Bond movie, but Casino Royale is definitely in my top 5, for sure. Probably it's GoldenEye, Goldfinger, Casino Royale, On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Skyfall's another great one. I even liked Roger Moore. I mean, I wasn't the biggest Roger Moore fan, but I still think that he did a great job. All the James Bond, in my opinion, have done a great job. Perfect castings. I never really played GoldenEye Rogue Agent because it wasn't really a true James Bond game. You only saw James Bond in the beginning cutscene, and then that was it. So you're playing a villain. So I never could get into that, Tomorrow Never Dies is a great James Bond game, for sure. Or not game, but movie. It's a mediocre game. It's really hard for me to put down like my absolute favorites and stuff. Like I said, it'd have to be GoldenEye is number 1. Then it could really be a tie between Casino Royale and Goldfinger. I'd even throw Thunderball up there in there somewhere. But On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Skyfall is the only James Bond. Well, no, is the second James Bond movie to make me cry. But then again, I think I did shed a tear in Casino Royale too. So between Casino Royale, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and Skyfall, those were the ones that brought me to tears, I think, pretty much. because of what happened, because of M in Skyfall, because of Vesper Lynn in Casino Royale, and Honor Majesty's Secret Service because of course, you guys know. That's probably the one that made me cry the most because I love that. World Is Not Enough is a good James Bond movie, but I didn't think it was the best. I didn't like the villain. I didn't like the villain in that one. And then they ended up killing Robbie Coltrane. I didn't like that either. What else? Do I think Bond died in No Time to Die? I think that Bond did. Which makes it really, really tough to see where they're going to go next. Because that's like the first time Bond has actually died in any movie. So, it's tough to say. Timothy Olyphant, I don't know. I mean, he might be able to pull it off, but I don't know. Like, I'm going to put it to you this way. I think it's hard, and I don't think any American should play James Bond. I don't. I'm very particular when it comes to this story was created. James Bond is a person that was created in a moment in time, and in that moment in time, I don't think an American should play. Now, can a Brit or an Aussie or anybody else play Superman? Sure. Because Superman came from another planet. So yes, anyone can play Superman. But what I think is that Ian Fleming created that character based off of that location, where they were in the world, and what they grew up around him. So I don't think that American could come over and do James Bond justice, in my opinion. Colin Firth could have been a good James Bond back in his younger days, yes. My favorite pre-title sequence? Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, that's the easiest. It's the same thing as my favorite James Bond song. My favorite pre-title sequence and favorite James Bond song is View to a Kill. I mean, View to a Kill's pre-title sequence where the woman is zipping down her shirt. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, Duran Duran nailed it. I mean, it's almost perfect. And then my second favorite James Bond song is The Living Daylights. Because a-ha, the guys that do Take On Me, they came in and did that. And so they did that really, really good. Tom Hardy, I don't think Tom Hardy could do. I mean, he could probably do a very good James Bond, but I don't think he fits the role. I don't think he fits the role. I also love GoldenEye's song, music-wise. Thunderball has an amazing Bond song. I mean, let's just be honest, dude. Like, I was the kid, back in the 90s that went out and bought the James Bond soundtrack. That's how obsessed I was with James Bond. And I would sit there and just jam out to James Bond songs. I mean, that's how obsessed I was. I recorded all of the James Bond movies on VHS tape. I did all of that when I was younger. I would stay up late at night to be able to catch a James Bond flick. Yeah, Chris Cornell's song in Casino Royale was pretty good too. I'd say my least favorite James Bond movie is probably Quantum of Solace. I think it has some good things about it, but it was rushed. It was because it was right after 2007, which was when everybody went on strike. So I don't think the writers were able to really dig deep into the character as good as they could have. But then when Skyfall came out, that changed the whole game. And I've actually not seen No Time to Die. I have not seen that movie, and I have not seen what was the one that Blofeld is in? The one before No Time to Die. See, I will admit, I haven't been good to James Bond lately. I kind of lost interest after Skyfall. After Skyfall, I thought that was the pinnacle of James Bond. And then after that, I couldn't watch... I haven't seen No Time to Die, and I haven't seen the one before that. I know it starts with an S. Spectre, right? Spectre? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I haven't seen Spectre. I haven't seen the last 2 James Bond movies. I just couldn't get in. I just couldn't get into them. I mean, I tried, but I didn't like the writing, and I definitely didn't like the sacrifice for James Bond's character. So I wasn't a big fan of that. All right, so we're about to begin here. Here we go. All right, are you guys ready? James Bond is ready. Hey, Arbos, what's up, man? Yes, Von Villain should be one and done. I think there needs to be I did like the whole Blofeld thing in the early stage of the series, where he was the overlapping villain. But after that, I wasn't a big fan. All right, here we go. Ooh, yeah. Gotta love that music.
What he did in Iceland.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service?
Was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless.
If they have that music in this game, that will be awesome.
I think you just covered them all. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target.
Oh, I'm so excited, man. I'm ready, baby. I am so ready.
Hi, I'm Hakan Abrak, Game Director on 007 First Light. I know everyone has been waiting patiently to finally see our game, and that's exactly why we're here today. So without further ado, and on behalf of our talented team, I'm incredibly proud to introduce an extended playthrough of Bond's first mission.
I love he's got the duck on his shirt. I love it.
Please enjoy our gameplay premiere of 007 First Light.
This is a black tag operation, so discretion, ladies and gentlemen, is critical.
Oh, do we get to start driving? Oh, that'd be so cool. I think he is driving. Look at that. That looks great.
Now I could get used to this.
Don't act too impressed, dearest, or you'll blow our cover.
I think this is actually being controlled.
I'm a glorified hood ornament. What could I possibly have to pout about?
Sorry if the assignment doesn't live up to your grand expectations. Someone must watch the perimeter. If 009 slips through our fingers, you're the last line of defense.
Exhilarating.
Yes, I can bring the volume up.
Testing you, mate. That's all. Don't give him an excuse.
The cap looks good on you, though. Really brings out your cheekbones.
Let me know you guys can still hear me, though. This is so cool to be able to, like, open up the game and drive to where you're going.
Backseat driver.
What's that, darling?
Just a frog in my throat.
Thanks, Dirty Bodega. Now, my next question is, can you get out at any moment? Is it like open world here for this level?
Halt.
Is everything in order?
Routine inspection, ma'am. Won't be a moment. All clear. Please proceed.
Well, good luck, William.
You think if I sold a kidney, I could afford to stay for a night?
I think I have. Stayed here, I mean. A wedding back in 22.
Doesn't sound like something you.
Okay, I'm impressed.
Well,
I'm
the hell
not
was
seeing
in
any
Paris
pop
and
in
we flew
yet.
by private jet.
Is anyone else noticing no
Still,
pop in?
We've been drinking, so
Or is that just me?
At least Sheila will be happy.
Private jet.
what?
Nothing. Darling, nothing at all.
It does feel like it's at 30 FPS.
He was the best in his day. That was a long time ago. My guess is he's tired of running.
Greenway thinks we're being played.
And since when do you trust Greenway?
I never said I did.
They knew each other, though. That much is clear. Something to do with an operation called Nightfall.
That begs the question. Did 009 pick Greenway out of good faith or bad blood?
Well, we're about to find out.
All right, so far I'm digging this. You get to drive up to it. That is freaking cool. Yeah, I think the driver is 007. The guy in the back looks like he's Lex Luthor. Oh wait, that's a different
This is
series.
our stop. We're live, gentlemen. Switch to comms. Monroe, with me. James, stay.
Save the world some other time, yeah?
Afternoon. Invitation, please.
Blake and Loretta York.
We did it all.
Welcome to the Grand Carpathian. Parking is right up ahead.
Now remember, guys, this is obviously early gameplay.
Join us today.
The game is still over, you know, next year. So
Oh, they will.
I love this little
We're entering the
mundaneness.
premises. Team status?
I love this.
Nash, delivery area. In position. Singh, staff quarters.
Ronson, conference wing. Kingsley, first floor suites.
Bond. Bond.
Parking lot. In position.
Greenway, Grand Hall. Switching off comms as instructed. Keep a low profile and don't let your guards down. 009 most certainly won't. Out.
Oh my god, this is so good. I'm already loving it. And all we've seen is driving. Oh my, the little kid in me is coming out already. You can definitely feel the Hitman inspiration in this already too. By the look of the characters and the voices and everything.
Not exactly the 5-star treatment.
It looks like he's got a little gash on his face. Could be from something
stretch
earlier
my
in the
legs.
game.
Bond, reporting suspicious behavior.
009?
Thanks,
No,
Anouk.
One of the hotel staff. Strangest looking bellhop I ever saw.
Okay,
He was
I'm kind of covering up
mishandling luggage.
Are you joking?
this. Let me take
What
my
hours
camera
are
off real
local
quick so you can
tourist
see
doors?
it.
I guess he had to be there. It was odd. I'm gonna check it out.
You will not. 009 is our only priority.
You've got the
Stay
Q
at
Lab
your post,
compass.
James. That's an order.
Yes,
Battery, and I can't tell what the other symbol would be. But I just want to make sure you guys can see that on the side there. So yeah, so we're already getting the gameplay like Hitman,
Pardon me?
looking
Did you see a man
around
about a bag?
people at a party, kind of really does get that reminiscent Hitman feeling.
Afternoon, sir. Staff and press only.
Oh, damn. Forgot my press badge.
You're not the first.
Can I duck through? I need to catch up with that bellhop.
Show me your ID and all's good.
Better go and get my ID then.
Oh, okay, you've got a conversation system.
Fair point.
On the right side, I think could be health. It's a little hard to see, but smoke, shockwave camera, smoke pods. Oh my gosh, we got freaking gadgets, baby. Oh yes, the inconspicuous pipe. Oh, can you blend? Oh, you can light that on fire. Okay, yeah. It tells you somebody's watching nearby, all right? So you'd have to distract him.
could get Gretchen Wong's autograph on my daughter.
Dude, did you see that detail? When he brushed up against the side, he put his arm out. That was cool. Okay.
What's that?
All right, so yeah, I mean, it's a real influence from Hitman. So if you're a fan of the Hitman games, you're really, really going to love what they're doing here. All right, restricted area. Tells you you're hidden. You got lures, and you can focus, and you can bluff. All right, so you do have, obviously, all this stuff you could probably take off on the harder difficulties. Oh!
What the?
He just shot that from his watch, didn't he? Oh, and it made him have to go use the restroom or puke. That's cool. Okay. For England, James? No. For me.
What?
Oh, I liked how inconspicuous he did that. He did that really fast.
What is... Odd.
I know, Hitman and this and James Bond together just feels like the perfect combination.
Yeah, I tested long ago.
Love the music so far, the background. Engine looks really good.
Gate crashing a black tie event. Haven't done that since final year.
What?
Ken Banks, penetration tester. I need to have a stern word with your manager.
Good to have you on the team.
Penetration tester. What the heck? I'm gonna start calling myself that. I'm a penetration tester. Oh man, that's a great line. I gotta use that at parties.
Don't mind me, ladies.
Good afternoon, sir. Which room is he in? Don't know. But
I'm sure there could be some type of disguise. So what he just pick up there? You can't really see it, but the meter is getting bigger on the green side. If I take myself away from it. I guess I have to go
Now,
that way.
let's see what all the fuss is about.
Oh yeah.
There's Greenway. Hopefully I'm the last thing.
Oh, it's a chess mask, which totally makes sense in James Bond's universe. We saw this in From Russia with Love. Look at the music, dude. Oh.
I literally have no idea.
Kingsley alert. Best not get spotted just yet. Need to build a case first.
Look at all these people, the detail. I mean, yeah. This was the best team to pull this off.
Bond, status.
All was quiet in the parking lot. No sign of 009. Over. How do you do? Where have I seen him before?
Could you imagine all the amount of like exploring this area I'm gonna do? Ugh.
Now, where do you go?
All right. So he's got a dart phone, a hack watch, shockwave camera, and smoke pods.
Book collector, huh?
Oh yes, his pride and joy. He's got all sorts of antique books on display about the castle and local history.
What's he gonna order, guys?
I'll certainly try, sir.
Did you notice the blonde bellhop who just passed through here?
There's a face you'd pick out in the lineup. Probably one of the pimps. He was asking for the directions to the backstage.
Great freaking facial animations. Holy crap.
I knew it.
I'd stay clear of him.
Just need a quiet word. Nothing dramatic.
All right, so this is obviously much later in the mission. Looks like we got a driving mission.
Looking for these?
Hold on.
Oh, I love that. Now, we never got this in Hitman, so this is completely new.
Eyes on the road. Look out.
Whoa!
That's the car.
It's got too much of a head start. You need to cut some corners.
Careful what you wish for.
That driving looks actually pretty decent.
Ambulances, watch it.
Look out! Buckle up.
Whoa. I think that was optional because he still could have went straight.
You're right.
Oh, I'm totally playing this right now, see? This is me playing. I wish. Maybe they'll give me an opportunity, I hope. I'd love to play this early.
Brace! There he is.
You gotta love the scriptedness. I mean, it looks really good. I know it's simplistic, but this is what you want in a James Bond. This is what you want.
Hold tight.
Nice little slowdown there.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I do get a Bloodstone feeling from the driving, but this looks really good. Bloodstone's driving was meh, but this looks so much better.
Right. Who are you really?
Agent Charlotte Ross. I'm with the DGSE. That's...
French intelligence. James Bond. MI6.
Yes, I figured as much.
What's your interest in 009?
Beckett didn't spend his fugitive years on a gold...
I'm not sure when it's coming yet. I know it's next year.
DGSE has been hunting him for a long time. This is the closest we've ever gotten, and I'm not letting him slip through my fingers now.
It sounds like we have a conflict of interest.
How about we burn that bridge when we get to it?
Fine by me.
There. Pull over.
Oh, he crashed.
No sign of 009.
Plenty of his friends, though. I'm not loving the odds.
I've had worse.
Well, in that case,
Oh, here we go.
get down there, draw their fire. I'll flank them. We need
Hey,
to get that
Jace.
plane on the ground.
Oh, what are we waiting for?
There's that English sang-froid. Bonne chance, James.
Oh, yeah, I like that. So we got bluffs, we got lures, and we got focus. What's the electric thing on the right side?
Looks like I've got a plane to catch.
Can we crouch? Of course we're going to be able to crouch, I'm sure. But every stealth type game has to have a crouch. Oh, it slowed down time. License to kill. All right, we just earned something. Okay, it's got a cover system. Oh my god, the gunplay looks really good. Oh man, this escalated quickly. Okay, he does have a crouch. Whoa.
Told me you needed a hand.
Yes, we've got, please tell me we got some type of melee.
Can't stay here. Plane's leaving.
Contextual jumping, I think. No freaking way! Holy shit! Shoot the red thing! It's right there! Shoot it! Oh man! Yeah, he's not getting an SASO ranking here. So this is not a... It's not a suit only, it's not a silent assassin. But he is still in the same suit. What the f... Look at this! Dude, that slowdown is awesome! So I think it is. I think that power meter is like focus. Like, the more you take down, the more focus you get. He threw his freaking weapon at him! Holy shit! Oh my god!
Grab the hose.
Oh, I thought I was gonna get him! Oh my god!
Oh no, you don't! Not without me!
Take the helicopter! Or destroy it, whichever one you want to do. Yeah, that's real smart, dummy. Jeez.
Talk about winging it.
Oh my god, it's got everything!
Okay, 009. You're next.
Yeah, it looks like 009 is a villain in this for some reason.
Snug in the front. Did you kill the transponder? No such thing as small radio stations 24 minutes out. No one's tracking us. And the entertainment disappeared.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a contender for Game of the Year. I know it might not win because of obviously the GTA 6, but this is like, holy crap. I was not expecting this much.
It's all up to me. Think. Need a way to force it down. If I could access the flight control system. Let's make some turbulence.
He's controlling the plane. That is cool.
Never a dull moment. Ready to go.
Oh, you have to kind of... No freaking way. Oh my god. Dude. Holy crap. I cannot believe what I just saw.
I'm Patrick Gibson, and I'm honored to announce that I'm playing James Bond in IO Interactive's much anticipated game, 007 First Light. It's thrilling to be bringing this character to life in the gaming world, and I'm joined by an incredibly talented cast, including Lenny James as Bond's mentor Greenway, Priyanka Burford as M, Alistair McKenzie as Q, Kira Lester as Bond's most fervent supporter Moneypenny, and Noemi Nakai as the enigmatic Ms. Roth.
Bond's world is all about what's seen and what's hidden beneath the surface. You've just watched an extended mission playthrough.
Man.
No commentary, just a raw experience. We hope you liked it just as much as we loved crafting it for you. But there's more than what meets the eye. In this next section, we'll guide you through how it all works. The tools, systems, and choices that shape the gameplay in 007 First Light. Let's take a closer look.
Welcome to the world of James Bond in 007 First Light, where infiltration and espionage are just two of many spycraft skills. In this mission, our unseasoned but highly trained Bond must track an assassin through a sophisticated Kensington gala. You'll want to blend in with the crowd while scouting for tactical options. Creating a mental map of available pathways without giving yourself away.
Trying to get past you.
Go to the security room. It's first floor, east wing, staff offices.
Got it.
Bond must gain access to the upper floors, but some areas are off limits, even for those with a stolen ticket.
Sorry, sir. Can't let you through.
Just looking for the bathroom.
Other side of the bar.
Dialogue from other characters can offer clues to the mission's progression. Listening in on conversations is a useful intelligence tactic, potentially revealing opportunities for an easy breach.
If he doesn't make an appearance in the next 10 minutes, he can watch from down here. Yeah, do that. Rob Minkley, Crux Magazine. And you are?
Rob Minkley.
Rob Minkley. Sorry for the wait.
About time, Mr. Minkley. Your miss gave up on you. Right then, go grab your camera, and I'll take you past security. What?
Photography can be such a negative experience.
Don't recognize him.
First Light provides multiple pathways for achieving Bond's objective,
Looks you enough.
if he's prepared to get creative.
All right, so you got multiple ways of doing what you need to do. Perfect. Wouldn't have it any other way. So there's multiple areas that even a camera can be in.
All set.
Follow me.
Bond's gamble has paid off.
The balcony should give you an excellent view of the stage.
Sorry, miss, but this man can't go upstairs.
Relax, fellas. He's with me.
You say so.
I read your articles in Crux magazine on rogue AI and cognitive warfare.
I love how he brushes things
Hopefully this is a good time
on the
to drop
side.
in.
You won't always receive the red carpet treatment. So sometimes, you might have to take the initiative. In these highly volatile stealth situations, it pays to choose caution over direct confrontation, as everyone can be a valuable source of information.
Remember, I'm going to do a full breakdown of this sometime today or tomorrow, so make sure you guys subscribe if you're not already to check that out.
Needs a look.
Yes!
Moments when Bond remains undetected offer the chance to survey hostile areas.
North exit. That's my way out.
Bond can use the environment to his advantage by choosing from multiple routes, exploiting opponents' positions or security vulnerabilities.
Christmas gifts just clogged up our cabin.
Depending on the situation and the odds, Bond can always go with a quick and blunt strategy.
Oh my god, I love the combat.
Could have played that a little smoother, James.
Situation contained.
He got away with it this time, but they could have called reinforcements. Alternatively, Bond can opt for a more elegant style, using the scan from his watch to highlight options for distraction and misdirection.
What was that?
Perfect.
I'll have a quick look.
Who sets the alarm? What's wrong?
He closes the door on him. No way.
Okay. Your Q gadgets are custom developed to be
Salute,
powered
thank
by
you so much.
resources found in the environment.
That's
so
cool.
Be sure to stock up when you have the chance.
That's
Aside
cool.
from your signature watch, a gift from Q, you'll have other gadgets in your arsenal. The laser fires a direct beam of energy that can be used offensively against targets or tactically on environmental weak points,
Take care of that right away.
opening up strategic options to avoid combat.
Walks right by. I love it. I love it. It's right, like a Panther versus Ghost, right?
The smoke device confuses and disorients foes, letting you pass through undetected.
Yeah, but that kind of gives you
offering
away.
a chance for concealed stealth takedowns.
You'd have to take them down at that point.
The
You can't
world
just
of
walk by.
007 First Lights will see Bond face different opponents, some of whom cannot be bluffed or charmed into compliance. Using a dart phone to incapacitate them will give you an opportunity to talk your way out with a charismatic flourish.
First, I asked for Boston's.
Oi, I need to find Saunders. There's a chance the suspect is dressed as security. The bastard could be hiding right under your noses.
Damn. I'll keep an eye out for new faces.
But sometimes, hard as you may try to stay hidden, a
That was
fight
cool.
is unavoidable.
If he was from MI6.
What? Excuse me? Who are you looking for?
Relax, off-duty museum security.
Don't.
Having been discovered, Bond will need to rely on more than wit and charm to contain the situation.
Dude.
In melee combat against multiple assailants, you'll need to think fast. Combining throws, parries, and direct strikes with environmental takedowns and items.
I'm blown away.
Simon says don't get up.
Sometimes James will need more than his fists to get out alive. When enemies show clear intent to shoot and kill Bond, you will be granted a license to kill. Trained
The
by
gunplay
Royal
looks
Navy,
so good.
Bond is an expert marksman. His Q pistol firearm is a great conversation starter. Enemies can provide additional firearms.
Oh, what? He just caught
have
it
to
in the
borrow them
air.
for a moment. With quick thinking, you can turn the tables on your enemies by making the very environment a deadly weapon. Gadgets used for stealth and infiltration can also be deployed in combat, to disrupt enemy attacks or provide further offensive options. Allowing you to fight fire with fire, or distract to make your
That's
escape.
what Metallica said.
Adversaries come equipped with different levels of armor, requiring either greater ballistic might or tactical improvisation. To support him in challenging situations, Bond can use his own instincts. This mode will help you focus on your most difficult targets.
Nice.
Whether human or environmental, Bond must be fast, cunning, and uncompromising to prevail in the world of 007 First Light.
Dude.
Thank you for your visit. We hope to see you again.
Somehow I doubt that.
We got so much to talk about, folks. I mean, March 27th, and we don't even have to wait that long. Oh. March 27th. Holy my God. Oh my God. This is why I love games right here. I can't believe it.
We're banged, okay?
I can't believe it. Like, thank you, Oryx. Oryx? Hopefully I said that right. I can't believe this. I am just so freaking amazed. And I can't believe what I just saw. I am trying to process everything that I just saw here. First of all, that might have been the greatest state of play I've ever seen. One game showcased straight to the point, no bull crap outside of it, just straight up gameplay, show us what we want. IO Interactive, you know what you're doing. All right. First of all, a lot of people might say there's so much comparison to Hitman. Well, guess what? Hitman has been the only game that these guys have been working on for like the past 20 years. I mean, obviously they did other games in between there every now and then, like Kane and Lynch and Freedom Fighters and whatnot. But Hitman has been a part of IO Interactive's, like, this is what they've done, right? So you're going to get a little flavor of Hitman. You're going to get that. I mean, it's impossible not to. However, what they've done here is so much more than just what Hitman is. Hitman has never been a game that's an action-packed game like this. So they knew that they had to create something a little different, and they gave you the difference. They gave you the action in the games. They gave you the gunplay, which is totally outside of what Hitman's norm is. Yes, there's guns and stuff that you can do in the game, but nothing compared to what we see here. I'm not trying to compare it to Hitman, but I just know that people are trying to lean that way because of who the developer is and stuff. But it's obviously what they're doing with, I mean, they've branched out completely. There is so much to talk about. I'm flabbergasted. I'm stunned. Listen, I went into this thinking we were going to get this first James Bond outing, right? It could have been a little rough around the edges. He's young, but the fact is that they came out swinging with this. Swinging. Because this feels exactly how a James Bond game I would want there to be. Car chases, check. Melee combat, check. And all the little things that you can do from what I saw in melee combat. Not just, let's get to the... let me get to that action part here. Like, there's just so much. I love the slowdown of time a little bit. I love it. Does it look like to me that when you do a non-lethal kill there, or a non-lethal, because he shot him in the knees, right? Look at this. So he shoots him in the knee, and then you get the plus sign. I'm thinking that's your slowdown meter. So maybe if you do non-lethal takedowns, like shooting in the knee, that gets up. Let's see if he takes someone out the normal way. Now he still gets it even for... He didn't get it there, see? He did get it there, so maybe I'm a little confused on some stuff here. You know, there's a lot we have to look into. Like I said, I'm going to do a video showcasing all the gameplay and stuff and try to figure a lot of that out. I think this can only be done action oriented, because if you look at the beginning here, when he stepped out, he went down, and as soon as he did, there's already a guard looking at his direction. See? He's already yelling. Now he's got a license to kill. You don't have a silencer on your weapon. So I don't think this can be stealth. I think this is straight up action right here. Yeah, so he did get points for that. But the gunplay looks really good. I love how there's a lot of environmental damage all around that you can do. I thought the engine held up quite nicely here as well. Obviously, there's a lot of slowdown. I don't know if this is played on a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation 5 Pro. It's Bond, though. There has to be action, of course. So no health bar. So I haven't seen a single health bar. What I've seen is that when he takes damage, this little red thing shows up on the screen. Do you see that little red right here? That I've seen. So whenever he takes damage, it looks like that. I don't see anything else that indicates a health bar of any kind. Okay, you can't see it because I'm blocking it, but if I look away, below the blue and the green symbol, there's a red thing, and I think that red thing lets you know that you have a license to kill. So that means there's going to be certain areas in the game where you are not allowed to shoot. So where you're going to have to either stealth or use your hands or something like that. Because it seems like they let you know when you can actually use that type of force in the game. Instead of you just being able to just go anywhere and just take anybody out at any time, there's only moments, because you are an agent of the government, where you can actually, when you get your license to kill, you know, pretty much. This was so cool when I saw that you could throw people off. At this point, I still didn't think that we were going to be able to have like true melee combat. I thought it was just going to be the simple kind of melee combat that we get with the Hitman series. But when they did this, I was wrong. Look at this. The fact that you can drag him and knock him down like that, that sold me like so much. There's two styles of ammunition here. So if you look right here, you can see that each bullet is represented right here, but then you also have this here. So maybe this is something else, but it looks like it's tied to the bullets. So you'll know when you're about ready to be done, but you also have this over here. Now, obviously the game's still going to be worked on, so I know the frame rate looks a little low in some places. I love that right there. That is awesome. Holy crap, right there. You can throw when you're out of ammo. Okay, so when you're out of ammo, it looks like maybe when you're not aiming, you can throw it because it says hit R2 and he throws it. And then he just took his. So maybe the R2 represents not throwing it. Maybe there's another button for throw, but maybe the R2 represents to disarm the guy. Or I don't know. Okay, so he just fired from the hip. So the R2, okay. So you can aim from the hip. You don't actually have to aim in order to be able to fire. Because a lot of games, you just press R2 and it does like a melee thing or something. But in this game, you can aim without actual aiming, or you can fire without actual aiming. So look at his meter. Yeah. So did you see the meter going down there? So pay attention to this meter right here on the right side. So that is confirmed. That's a slowdown meter. I like the hip fire animation too. Okay, so you also saw that when he took that guy out, and I'll try to pause it at the right time here. Right there. Sorry, I pressed it too fast. But if you looked right there, there was a red emblem showing the X, right? So that you have an indication that represents when someone is actually done. So that way you know, okay, stop firing, you're wasting bullets at that point. Reload is with circle. That is so cool. If you look, when he's shooting with that shotgun, the guy's armor was actually getting busted. So right there, that was cool as well. That was really cool. Love the explosions. Love the explosions. Again, when he takes him, he disarms him, and he... Now, I thought this was a little ridiculous here when this thing right... How did that not kill him? I mean, it's James Bond, so obviously we can let that slide. But, I mean, in any real world, right there would have literally killed him. But I think it's cool how he grabs it and transitions into driving it. I think that's a cool James Bond moment there. When you're watching James Bond, you gotta suspend yourself from realism a little bit, right? But look at how they just mixed that driving section in perfectly. It would have been cool if we got to take the helicopter, but it makes sense that we're trying to get into the plane. I thought that was funny that the guy, he shot the tires. This section was pretty cool because I love the fact that you can throw them off and then they just go sailing. Do I think there's going to be multiplayer or co-op? I don't know. If I had to make a guess, I'm going to say no multiplayer or co-op. The reason I would say that is because you can see the polish that they've put into this single player story. And when you add multiplayer or you add co-op, it creates so much more problems.
009.
And this seems to be very polished. For what we've seen here, this seems to be very polished. Look how immediately you go from like this action to this stealth again inside here. And yes, you can do stealth. Now, how long can you do stealth? That I don't know. I like how seamless this was right here. I mean, the hits look real.
Fine, Doc. It's all up to me. Think. Need a way to force it down. If I could access the flight control system.
I love how he's using his watch.
Let's make some turbulence.
This was a cool section that you control which way the plane banks. Again, suspend your belief a little bit there. I think you can shoot that thing maybe, or something would happen. I don't know. Because it's got a red thing on it, so I thought maybe you could shoot that. But now, the frames do a big dip here, so obviously more optimization is going to be needed, which they've got more time to do. And this game's going to be on PC, so it's just going to depend on how good your PC is, guys. I mean, I think everybody knows that. But if you're playing on console, I'm willing to bet that it's going to have a fidelity and a performance mode. They heavily use motion blur in here to kind of mask some of the frame. So my guess is that, and this is just me guessing, right? I don't know for sure, is that they're probably going to have motion blur on automatically for console versions. Maybe you might be able to turn it off, but I would guess you can turn it off on PC. Like he slowed. Like, did you see him slow? Like, there was like a slow down time right there. I don't know if that was him doing it because there's no emblem on the screen anymore for it. But that was a little slow down so that he wouldn't hit that. I mean, you can release hand at any time. I wonder if... And then this part. This totally reminded me of Uncharted, right? Uncharted 3. They literally threw everything you could possibly want in this little gameplay. Love the music in the background. So, I mean, that's pretty cool too. And then, of course, they showed us some more. Like, Hitman is known for their parties, right? The Hitman series, like for infiltrating parties and like events. Like the Paris mission comes to mind the most for me. And they're really good at doing crowds. I remember way back when Hitman Blood Money came out and we went to Mardi Gras, right? The 360 version of Mardi Gras. It was amazing to see all those people just compiled in one location. And here we are. They're so good at allowing, like, IO Interactive is really good at setting the energy of the room and the feng shui, if you want to call it that, to make you feel like you're in a real place during a real party or during a real event or something like that. They do a great job at that. And it seems like a lot of the adventures that we're going to go on are going to have a lot to do with you infiltrating areas or you having to be stealthy. We didn't see anything related to disguises
for achieving Bond's objective.
So I don't know
if
you're going to be able to don disguises. I mean, it would be kind of weird for IO to take that out completely. So I don't know. I mean, I think that would be cool if like you could don a disguise to get in somewhere, but this is a different series and we've really never donned disguises before in James Bond games, except for maybe a few times here and there. And I've never seen Bond really disguise himself in the movies that much. So maybe it's not something that they really care about. Now, if we look up here to the top left, we can see you've got your main objective and then the journalists follow the PR manager thing. And then it looks like there's maybe these are the different objectives to get to that point. Like you've done 4 out of the 5 to get to the security room. And again, I'm going to do this whole thing here, this information thing in a video myself as we go over. There's several paths to do that you could take. Obviously you saw the different paths with the camera that he was able to do right here to grab, 3 different locations that you could find a camera. So obviously there's going to be multiple ways to get into different locations. I think they did a great job with the actor who's playing him. I don't know who this actor is at all. I know some of you out there, I think, know him from what I've seen. I don't know who he is. But I think he's playing a great young James Bond so far. I have no problems with who they picked. A lot of people were saying, I think in the first trailer, that he looks too non-manly enough or something like. No, this is a young James Bond. How do you want him to look? Do you want him to be like Batman? Do you want him to look like Batman? I mean, Pierce Brosnan, when he was in his early 40s when he did James Bond and GoldenEye, and he was probably the skinniest of all of the James Bonds. So he's obviously in his 20s here from the looks of it. I think it's a perfect build. And I think he looks like what I would consider a young James Bond to look like. He's got this scar on his face, if you've been paying attention.
Sorry, miss, but this man can't go upstairs.
Trying to get to a point where I can actually see it again. Maybe we can see it from here.
Can be a
you can't. I mean, it's right there. There's a scar. We first saw it here during this section when he comes out of the car here. Well, either way, it's I think maybe they showed it in the trailer. Right here, yeah. You can see it right here.
Bang, okay.
Thank you for subscribing, The Daily Life. Right there. See that big scar? I know it's a little hard to see, but I mean, that's clearly a scar. It looks like you're going through some training. So you're going to be going through a training exercise. Now, if we actually get to be in that training exercise, I think that'll be really, really cool as well. Trying to think what else. I want to know your guys' opinions. Tell me what you thought in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, it's great to see the Bond music in the game. I'm really excited for that. I wouldn't say I was afraid they weren't going to put it in the game, but they're putting their own state on it. It makes me a little scared, of course, because copyright, music, gaming, that kind of thing, content creators. So If, you know, I don't know. So it just really depends. Like they have the 007 license. So will companies copyright the music? Will MGM copyright the music? That's something to see. Now I'm going to do the best that I can to ask IO Interactive if I'm able to play this game early. They've sponsored this video here. So hopefully they will want to bring me in at some point or get a chance to play it early. I'm definitely going to be asking them when I talk to them later, because I'm just blown away. Like, I think we all went into this thinking, oh, that looks cool. That's going to be cool. It's going to be good for a first outing. I was mind blown. I was absolutely mind blown. This game looks like this game. If it came out in any year besides 2026, could easily be a game of the year contender. We have not seen a game like this in a very long time that has action, stealth, all of this, car racing, investigation. I mean, everything put together. We haven't seen a game like this. And I think that it's coming out at the right time because we needed something like this. For all of us stealth fans, for all of this espionage, spy type of fans in this world, we really haven't had something like this in a while, right? And it looks like everything I wanted it to be. I'm looking forward to this so much. Of course, you know that there's going to be a platinum guide on this channel for this game, so make sure you subscribe because we're going to be playing this. I mean, I think there is going to be some romance because if you looked towards the end here when they were introducing the characters, right here. So first of all, I love that Morgan's in it.
Kira Lester is Bond's most fervent supporter, Moneypenny, and Noemi Nakai, Greenway.
Right there. Of course, we all know
incredibly talented cast, including Lenny James,
Morgan from The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. So I'm very excited to see Lenny James here.
As Bond's mentor, Greenway.
That's his mentor. Okay, so that means he's probably going to die. Because if you know any action pack, the mentor's got to die for James Bond to become who he's meant to be. That's usually the trope. I don't mind another woman M. That doesn't mean anything to me. Hopefully she'll be a really, really good M.
Trianga Burford is M. Alice.
I do like the fact that they have Q here, and he's an older Q. I love that. Hopefully he's as snarky and dry wit as Desmond Llewellyn. I mean, because you know he's the master Q.
Kira Lester
and she looks exactly how you would want Moneypenny to look. A secretary, an assistant, and it looks like she's exactly how I would want Moneypenny to be.
Supporter, Moneypenny.
He's got that suaveness
and
to
Noemi
him still,
Nakai.
And that's who I think is going to be the love interest
as the enigmatic Ms. Roth.
So yeah, definitely probably going to be some romance in the game, I'm sure. There's definitely probably going to be some romance here. The voice actor is cute. Well, you know, sure he is. But he's not just the voice actor. You can easily tell that he is also
Bond's
the model for it as well, because look at his face.
Much anticipated game.
And look at his face. You can easily see that I think he's also the model for it as well. Maybe not the same hair, but yeah. There's just so much to unpack in this. But like I said, this was just our initial kind of reaction to the game. So first of all, I want to thank you all for being in here. I'm super excited to be able to play this hopefully sometime soon and to get to see more gameplay. I'm going to have a gameplay video where we're just going to kind of go over each and every section of the gameplay, just like kind of like how I did here at the end, but it'll just be in a video format instead of on the live stream as well. But thank you guys so much for joining in. I'm so excited. I mean, watch this trailer, watch this gameplay many, many times because this is, in my opinion, going to be one of the best games coming out next year. You can already tell. I usually don't like to, speak too soon of a game before it's even come out or whatever, but I've seen enough to know that if they hit the mark anywhere near what we just saw today on this, that in my opinion, there is no way, absolutely no way that this game isn't going to be a success. So thank you everybody for being in here. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button. And again, this video was sponsored by IO Interactive, but I assure you, if anybody knows me, I'm always going to give you my honest opinion on everything that I do. And I'm blown away. I am just freaking blown away. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Please take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your day. And I'm going to get to work on making that next video right now. And make sure you comment below and let me know what you thought of the gameplay, everybody. And make sure you leave a like before you leave. And I will see you on the next one. Peace out. Meow. Wow.